Welcome to English course. The future tense. The future tense is broken down into 4 different categories: simple, continuous, perfect, and perfect continuous. Let's get started. Simple future. Meaning and use. We use the simple future to express the future as a fact. In this tense, it's not always clear which use the speaker has in his mind. You will need this money on your return journey. The speaker think about this situation as a fact. You will need this money. Also, we can use it to speak about an action that we have decided to do at the time of speaking. At the time of speaking, I will go there. Also, we can use verb to be to express future with going to. We can use going to express a plan. They are going to move to Dubai. They are planning to move to Dubai. Signal words. We can use any words that express the future, like in a year, later, soon, next, tomorrow, I believe, I think, I guess, maybe, later, etc. Sentence structure. The simple future tense is formed by using the auxiliary verb will with the main verb, root of the main verb, verb 1, and the rest of the sentence. To form a negative statement, we just add not, subject plus will not, and the rest, verb 1 and the rest of the sentence. To form a question in the simple future, yes and no question, short answer, start with will, subject, and verb 1. To form a WH questions, we start with the WH word, will, subject, and verb 1. To form a future with be using going to, start with subject and be verb, plus going to, verb 1, and the rest of the sentence. For question, yes and no question, short answer, we start with be plus subject, going to, verb 1. WH word questions, we start with WH word, be verb, subject, going to, plus verb 1. And now you can check out the rules for making simple future tense with the sentence below. Future continuous, progressive. Meaning and use. The future continuous can be used to project ourselves into the future. We can use it to express an action which will be going on at a time in the future. He will be speaking at the conference tomorrow. Will be speaking, going on at a time in the future. Another use for an action that we expect to happen. Nancy will be leaving for Morocco next week. Will be leaving, expected to happen. We use this tense instead of the present continuous to talk about future events also that have already been planned. Note, you have to remember that we cannot use the future continuous with stative verbs. What are signal words for the future continuous? We often use time expressions such as next week, tomorrow, tonight, then, at that time, etc. And now, here's an overview of the positive, negative, and interrogative of the future continuous tense in English. For positive statement, start with subject, will be, plus verb ing and the rest of the sentence. For negative, just add not between will and be. For the interrogative, for short answer, yes and no questions, start with will, subject, plus be, and verb ing. For WH questions, we start with WH words, will, subject, plus be, and verb ing. And now, check out the rules for making future continuous tense. Future perfect. Meaning and use. We use the future perfect to speak about an action that will be over before another action in the future by a certain time. The train will have left by the time you reach the station. The action here is not done yet, but will be done by a certain time in the future as a kind of deadline. By the time you reach, a kind of deadline. If you don't mention a deadline, use a simple future instead of future perfect. For signal words, we can use phrases to give the time period in which the action will be completed, such as by Monday, in a week, by the 15th of, etc. The future perfect tense is formed by using will have plus verb 3. Note, use will have for all subjects, will have for all subjects. So, to form a positive statement, start with subject, will have, and verb 3. To form a negative statement, just add not between will and have. To form a questions with yes and no answer, short answer, start with will, subject, have, verb 3. To form WH question, start with WH words, and the rest of the sentence will, subject, have, verb 3. And now check out the rules for making future perfect tense. Future perfect continuous, progressive. Meaning and use. We use the future perfect continuous to express a long action that is expected to be completed by a certain point in the future. Next year, you will have been working here for 5 years. The activity will have begun sometimes in the past, present, or in the future, but is expected to continue in the future, will have been working. Signal words. It's most often used with a time expression, by the time, since, for, next year, etc. How do we make the future perfect continuous tense? The structure is it's composed of two elements. Verb to be, will have been, plus verb ing, the base verb with ing. Use this form with all subjects. To form a negative statement, just add not between will and have. To form a questions, yes and no question, start with will, short answer will, subject have been plus verb ing. To form WH question, start with WH word, will, subject have been plus verb ing. And now check out the rules for making the future perfect continuous below.